Parents support kids' decision to bring a knife to school. This is something a colleague told me about, a case he caught earlier today. Police CID got made aware of an incident at a local secondary school where a student was supposedly in possession of a knife and had apparently threatened other students with it outside. Obviously police were called and uniformed officers searched the boy, his rucksack and locker. They found an army combat knife in his bag. He was arrested and brought in. Once at the station, we had to wait 3.5 hours for the boy's parents to arrive. He was then interviewed by 2 of my colleagues. Now, most parents, upon hearing that their son had been arrested for possession of a knife, their reaction is shock, anger, disappointment. Not these parents. They actually supported and encouraged him to carry a knife, saying that it was a rough neighbourhood and that carrying a knife was okay, and that if he was sensible enough, then they didn't see the harm. They then tried to play the racial discrimination card, followed by the "we committed an illegal search" tactic. Finally, they even tried the pitiful "he's a good boy" act, none of which was successful, and he was formally charged and will face prosecution. Public service announcement: for those who are stupidly idiotic enough to carry a knife, please don't. Soccer mum tries to get me expelled. So here's a bit of background. In middle school, I was a pretty likeable person, except for this kid. So one day we were having a science test during first period and I was sleeping. The teacher tells me I was called down to EGC's office and I am shaking with anxiety while walking there. So I walk into the office and this is what goes down. "Hi EGC, how are you doing today?" Well, my day is going bad because I'm getting reports from 6 students and entitled kids' parents that you have been bullying entitled kid. This is a lie, obviously. Then she proceeds to list cuss words, not even censoring them. Me, flustered and surprised, because I don't even say that. I didn't say that to him. That is vulgar and I would not say that. EGC, well, that isn't what his parents say. EGC took me to the cafeteria to see where me and EK sit. She tells me to sit 1 table away from him. Later that day, entitled kid tries to bully me out of my seat, but everyone else takes my side. Entitled mother and entitled dad come to lunch every day of the week and stare at me. Thank gosh this was a long time ago and this kid can't say anything to me. Entitled mother almost kills Applebee's employee because of wrong order and gets arrested for it. So a little backstory. Last week my dad took me to Applebee's for dinner before we went to see a movie. So me and dad pull into Applebee's. We get in and are greeted and seated. We get in and greeted by Applebee's employee. We talk and then we order our food. Dad got a steak and I got shrimp. I realise we're near a Karen, hair and all, and I inform Dad and then explain the subreddit to him. He calmly tells me not to worry. So our food comes and as we eat, we hear entitled mother scream, "What the fuck is this?" Waiter comes over to see what's going on and to inform entitled mother to watch her language. As this took place at prime time, so families with children were present. Entitled mother explains how she got the wrong food. I text my dad. I didn't want to say it out loud as I didn't want to get involved. That is funny how he thought nothing was going to happen. We realise that there is now dead silent with everybody's eyes fixed on this scenario. Entitled mother realises that now she has everybody's attention. Time for the grand finale. So she takes her plate as if to give it to waiter. Instead she throws the plate. Waiter dodges it just barely. It hits the wall, shattering, and a piece of the glass goes into a nearby waiter's arm. Not fully, but halfway. The room is filled with a collective gasp. Somebody called the police. So 15 minutes later we hear sirens. The station was only about 20 miles off the restaurant. C shows up and immediately arrests entitled mother. She's arrested for damage to property, assault and child abuse as SIK was covered in bruises. And when asked about them, told C. Paramedics arrived to treat the W. Their arms situation evolved into a big fucking problem. SIK is taken into CPS since he has nowhere else to go. I'm done. Okay, so if you didn't see my first post, my mum is a narcissistic, entitled and insane person, now that I've come to realise. I'm so sick of it, I've given her so many chances and I'm done. In my first post, I mentioned how I didn't get the melodic solo. She was not happy. I tell her not to go ask the conductor about it because I know if I mess up, I'll embarrass myself. She goes back to ask conductor to put me as melody. He says no because I am definitely not as good as the other girl, and he knows I don't want to embarrass myself by making a mistake during it. She then acts as though she's okay with it, but I tell the conductor that she might do it again. She does it again. I've told her over 10 times, 8 arguments and a lot of yelling to not do that. I've given her so many chances, but this tipped me off. It doesn't sound that bad, but she wouldn't let it go. Didn't care if I would embarrass myself or if I would let down the team. It was only so she could tell other people that was the main part, instead of this incredible girl who can sing amazingly. I told her I wanted to fix my relationship with her and she actually started to improve. Then tonight at dinner she starts arguing about it. The people from the other tables were looking at us as she's screaming how I should have gotten it even though the other girl's better and that it looked ridiculous that I didn't do it. She then tells me that she's asked him once again and gets mad at me for not asking him for the part. She then takes 20 minutes to drink her cup of wine while my brother is trying to calm me down because I was fuming. I'm done apologising for her, I'm done forgiving her, I'm sick of it.